I
Well,
would like
sorry to interrupt you, Daniel, but can I tell you I didn't go live, so we're live now.
to. Okay, okay,
So
go
we are gonna
ahead.
start all over again. Oh my God, I don't know why I do this. Let's start this again. Hi everyone, this is Donna Savage with Talk with Savage Desires, and we have five fantabulous bodies from all over the world joining us tonight from the LGBTQ community. And I want to thank Kevin for, arranging this so we can have this open discussion and celebrate month of Pride. Actually, it's the end of Pride month. So this is just an amazing opportunity for us to kind of delve into the LGBTQ community and know a little bit about our brothers and sisters that's on here tonight. Daniel, sorry about that. I know you were kind of but you know what? First of all, you know what we're going to do for just this segment? Just kind of tell me where you're living and your name, and and then we can go from there. And then later on, I'll start digging and being more nosy into your business.
Okay, everybody. My name is Daniel. I'm a Jamaican, a full Jamaican gay man living in Amsterdam, Netherlands. That's in Europe. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Alajane.
Hi everyone. My name is Aladine Hall. I am also a Jamaican living in Groningen, Netherlands.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. Judith.
Hi everyone, I'm Judith. I am Jamaican. I'm also living in Toronto.
Oh, nice. Kevin. We know everything about you already, but just for those who don't know.
Good night, everyone. My name is Kevin. I live in Toronto. I am a public speaker. I'm a trans man, FDM, female at birth who have transitioned to a male, fully transitioned. So you'll hear more about my story.
Yeah. What about you, Tay?
Hi, everybody. Good day. My name is Octavia, but my friends call me T. I'm living in Jamaica currently. Hopefully, I can get out of this place very soon. Um, yeah, just here to show some love.
All right. Well, thank you so much again for joining me. So you know what? I'm just gonna just throw some stuff out there. Judith. What do you identify as?
She, her,
Him? Sorry, said it again.
she or her.
She or her. So it does okay. So I'm straight. So would I refer to myself as she and her too, or is it just it's a label in the LGBTQ community?
It's basically what I prefer to be called.
Okay. Okay.
She
So
and
does
her goes for anyone, Donna. Sorry to interrupt. She and her goes for anyone. It's not just a pronoun using the LGBTQ.
okay.
But probably you're asking Judith what's her sexual identity.
I was going to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Judith is a bisexual.
what Kevin said.
Judith, me out you, me out you.
That's all right. I'm proud.
You know what it is too. I don't want to say nothing
I
to
know.
make anybody uncomfortable. So I just want to make sure that we're having a nice flowy conversation. So if I say something that I'm not supposed to say, correct me. Judgment
I'm
free,
here.
and I'm free. Kevin knows that no judgment. So correct me if I screw up. Okay.
I
So,
definitely
so Judith, you identify as a bisexual.
Yes.
When did you realize that that you're a bisexual, that you're attracted to both male and female?
It's been a while now, more than 10 years, but I've never played out on it. I've never experienced anything like it before until I actually met my girlfriend. She
Okay.
brought out the best in me and made me realize, okay, I should not be afraid to be who I am or to explore and have fun.
So, were you ever attracted to women up to that point,
I
or you
was
wasn't?
before. I was before, but I've never taken it to another level. I've always been attracted to them.
Mhm.
I've experimented before, but it didn't entice me that much to have a relationship. I just wanted to touch and go at that time.
Mhm.
I was
Touch and go. I like that one.
but since I met my girlfriend, everything has been good, and I'm happy.
And that's all it is. It's right. It's to be happy.
Yeah.
It is definitely to be happy. I'm going to come back to you, Judith, in a second. Daniel. So I'm not gonna ask you what you identify as. What's your your sexuality orientation, right? Did I say it right?
Okay, just sexual orientation.
Donna, are you live
Yes,
on YouTube?
I am live on YouTube. Yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
my sexual orientation. Well, I'm identified as gay.
Okay.
My pronouns he, him.
Oh, he, him. Okay.
Depending on the store I am in, or maybe the friends I'm around, sometimes they tend to say she. But
Okay.
it's just a gay terminology, just you being around your friends or whatever. But I tend to see myself, well, I prefer to be called he or him. So yeah.
Okay. So you said you identify as gay. When did you realize
Yeah.
that you were gay, Daniel?
It's not a more of a case of I realize. I
Mm-hmm.
think people tend to personalize it when you realize, but I think I was born this way. Um, yeah, pretty much I am who I am. I always knew I was different because from a child growing up, I realized that, because being from a country like Jamaica where toxic masculinity is present and homophobia, so they
Mm-hmm.
expect a certain level of, criteria for you to be deemed, a man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing or you're not living within those means, then pretty much you're not living up to expectations. So I was pretty much always different. So the things that boys would like, I didn't like those. I was pretty more
Mm-hmm.
drawn to doing things that they would classify girls to do.
Mm-hmm.
So from there and then I knew I was different. But I would say I acted on my feelings when I was like about just starting high school. I
High
think about
school?
age 4, yeah, age 13, 12, 13, there about. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
when I really started acting on the feeling
Mm-hmm.
until I don't know, I'm not one to say I came out because I think my family and those around me pretty much understood
New.
me and they
Mm-hmm.
and they knew. They just some might never really want to have stuff with, but they knew.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really have to come out. I just live my life and be who I am. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So stick up in. I'm gonna come back to you just now. Let's go
yeah.
to Alad Janae.
Hello.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm good.
Okay. So kind of the same question that I asked the other guest.
Okay, I my sexual orientation
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm a trans woman.
Okay.
I identify as her and she.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a trans woman, that means you were born a
Yeah.
male.
Yeah.
You were
That's
born a
right.
he, and then you
Yeah.
transition to a female. Her, she, right?
See her.
Well,
Oh,
I'm in the process of transitioning.
okay, so you haven't fully transitioned yet.
Mm, No.
Okay. Okay. And so at what point did you realize that you're living basically in the wrong body? Like you're not feeling comfortable in the body that you are in.
I realized that I was living in the wrong body at age 19,
Mhm.
but I started acting on it when I got here in 2015.
So you're Jamaican as well. So in Jamaica
Yeah.
you felt that you were in the wrong body about age 19, but you acted on it when you moved to the Netherlands.
Yes.
Is it because of the whole homophobic issues that was going on in Jamaica you decided to hold off on it, or you didn't want to identify yourself like there's something that need to be changed?
Coming from a Christian background, I'm
Mhm.
also a churchgoer myself.
Mhm.
Um, it was not how do you say that? It was not good in the eyes of the Lord to say so. That
Okay.
you dress as a woman, do things as a woman. But for me, I can't hide it. Once you see me, you say yes. Yeah, it's a woman. Yeah. So growing up
Okay.
in church, I had to hide that side that part of me.
Okay. So how? I mean, let me get this right. So you can't hide being feminine or have a flamboyancy about you, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you hate it because you're in the umbrella of Christianity. Because we know Christianity in Jamaica, especially Jamaica, how they frown upon stuff like this, right?
Yes.
So how did that make you feel that you're stifling who you are until the age 19? Because that's pretty old at an old age, at an older age to stifle something like that.
Yeah, it was kind of frustrating. But I had to say that I couldn't say that I am trans. I am a trans woman. I had to say that I'm gay because that is more accepted by my parents than being trans.
Mm, so your parents is more accepting of being gay but not trans. Did they know the difference? Did they understand this is who you are and this is not a pretense?
Yes, we I tried to educate them, and working by Jamaica Aid Support for Life, they also try to educate them, but
Mm-hmm. So
they are stuck on only gay. They don't want a trans son or a
or
trans
a
daughter,
daughter.
so to speak.
Carol is saying the church plays a big role in people accepting their own identity.
Definitely so.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Legend. I'm gonna go down to Octavia, okay, for a minute. Oh, she's gone? Okay, so I guess in the meantime, oh, there she is. Octavia, can you
No, I'm
speak
here.
now or you want me to come back to
I'm,
you? Can you speak now? Oh, she's frozen.
I'm at work.
Oh, you're
She's
at
at work.
work. Okay. And the Wi-Fi sucks. So in the meantime, Kevin, you wanna let's jump on talk to you in a minute first before we go to Octavia. But let's see if there's any comment down here before we go to you, Kevin. Oh yeah, Carol was just saying, especially in the Caribbean, the church is very hard on people accepting them identity.
Can you guys hear me?
Um, Kevin, my boy, Mr. Torontonian, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like I know, I feel like I know everything about you. So for those who are just joining, kind of explain who Kevin Conscious is, and we can go from there.
So, Kevin Conscious is a man of many words. A public speaker, so you know the speeches most times are very long. I must summarize it though. So I was given the wrong gender at birth. Somewhere around the age of 3 to 6 in kindergarten, I remember clearly. I started feeling like I wasn't the girl people see me as. There wasn't anything that I could do about it as I was very young, but I started acting out differently from the feminine features that people would expect. The things that girls do, I was never interested. Like young girls would be playing with dollies and all of that, learning to cook and comb hair. That was never my thing. I was always with the boys doing the stuff that the boys do in the bushes, playing marble, etc. I live in a very religious household, so transitioning wasn't something that they will ever accept or understand. And even to this point, it's still an ongoing battle with my family based on me transitioning medically.
Mm-hmm.
Transition came in 3 stages, and for most people, they can attest to the fact you transition mentally first because you have to synchronize your body with your brain, even if
Mm-hmm.
you have not done any medical changes where surgeries are concerned. You first have to let your brain understands you for who you are. Then
Mm-hmm.
some people transition socially where they tell their friends, they put it on social media, they let people they make people more aware as to who they are. That's like coming out. So that was me. I did my mental transition from very young, right up through to adulthood. I always feel like the man trapped inside of a woman's body. I get
Mm-hmm.
into Jamaica, as Adine says, Aladine, it's hard for you to explore your truth as a trans person because of the societal norm. They just feel like once you're born a male, you should stay a male because heterosexual persons sometimes are very binary in their thoughts and their
Mm-hmm.
beliefs. They want you to stay in the body you were given. They see it as a second sin if you transition. So one, it's a sin to be gay or a part of the community, and two, it's an added sin if you change, if you transition.
So
So we
you're
just
damn
have
if you
to
do,
live
you're
the
damn if you
life of the
do.
gender we were given. Yeah. So just like she said, she had to live the life of a gay man because that's
Mm-hmm.
what people knew. I had to live the life of a lesbian stud or a masculine female because that's what people understand. Until I came to Canada and I was able to get my researches done and speak with my counselors and whatever and
Mm-hmm.
doctors, then I was able to do the medical transition. So not everybody has to do medical transitioning. Some people just do two stages, the mental transition and the social transition. So this is me where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
comfortable as a man. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to use the transgender title if I don't feel like. My
Mm-hmm.
IDs have all been changed to male. My gender has been changed. My name has been changed. So I'm the man I always see myself to be. I'm finally living my truth.
Nice. Oh wow. You know what? Let's run to Tay before our internet get wonky on us again. Tay, are you good? Can you hear us?
Hi guys.
Wow. You know what? We'll just grab onto any little thing,
Alright,
any
so
little things that you said. She's
yeah,
gone.
you guys hear me?
We can hear you now, but we didn't hear nothing you said before. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Alajane, let me ask you a quick question. So,
Let
Kevin
me
just.
leave. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry about that. Because of the
Okay,
internet.
meanwhile, I should
So,
fix it up. Carol has something to say. I said, I love these platforms because this has educated me so much when it comes to LGBTQ community. Thank you, Carol. It's so true. It is so true. And
And
thanks, Kevin,
it's
for
good to
teaching
learn,
me
and
so
that is
much.
why. Thank you, Donna. That is big a second. That is why I open myself and my life and my platforms, and
Mm-hmm.
I ask Donna to bring me on because if we don't teach the binary
Community.
persons or the heterosexual persons about the community, then it's harder for them to even know who we are and to accept us. Knowledge
Mm-hmm.
is power. Education is good. So if they don't have the education as to who we are and how to treat us, then we'll never get the treatment and the respect that we deserve.
I agree. I agree. Alajine, so Kevin said a mouthful just now, and I'm sure you must have identified with it a little bit because you both are the church. Because I know Kevin was also brought up in the church, the whole Christianity. Did all of you on the panel grew up in the church as well?
I
I can
was.
speak for myself. For me, initially, the church was that haven.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up with a very strong Christian background. My adopted mom, she was a pastor, pastor
Did
of
you say
last year.
did you say adopted mom, Daniel?
Yeah, my adopted mom, she was a
Okay.
pastor. Yeah, so she passed off last year. Again, so that's 12 months.
Oh, my apologies.
So yeah, I grew up in the church pretty much. So I was, trained and taught the doctrines of what the church expected. For me, initially it became like a safe haven for me, especially on the ground. Like, she understood me, and the
Mm-hmm.
people in the church, they understood me. I mean, to an extent, I would say they understood me until I came to realize that, some people, they pretend they understand you when they, are trying to get a favor done, or
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to have you as a sense of resort. But once that is exhausted, then their true self starts to, come up
Coming
with.
on.
I would say pretty much the church was pretty much one of those, those strong point for me because I felt comfortable being in the church.
Okay.
But over time, it became more of a sense whereby I got tired of the whole hypocrisy having to deal with that. So I just
Mm,
distanced away from the whole, idea of being in the church, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's
okay.
exactly.
Alajine, Kevin mentioned that you have to prepare yourself mentally first and foremost before you start doing the whole transition in terms of surgery and all of that, right? Do you
Yes.
plan on doing surgery eventually?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you prepared mentally for the transition and all of that?
Yes, I'm 100% prepared.
Okay, because that's one of them things you switch up and you can't go back, so make sure you're ready.
Double.
You
Yes,
can't just say,
boo.
"Oh, I don't want these anymore."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is one of those things.
Judith also was raised in the church. Judith, you want to say anything about your
No,
experience?
I was just about to jump to Judith, but thank you, Mr. Kevin.
Judith tend to act like she's
Because
shy and she's not.
because I'm so curious about the bisexual lifestyle, Judith. Like seriously,
Mhm.
I have
Okay.
many friends, and I'm sure you've heard this too. And especially, is it okay for me to say the lifestyle?
Yeah.
It's okay to say the lifestyle. So they're always saying that they're bi curious. To me, bi curious means you try it once and go back because you're curious. But if you keep going back and keep going back and going back, so it becomes a full time life choice.
Yes.
Now they're no considered bisexual, right?
Yeah.
Right, Judith?
Yes.
Kevin, this is for Judith. Don't let me come on there and beat you. Okay, so right, Judith. So my question to you is: I know you said you have a girlfriend which you love and adore right now,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Are you still attracted to men? And what if, let's say, pretend that don't work, just for argument's sake? Would you go back to a man, or would you continue at
I
this
will.
point
I will actually continue with a female.
with a female? So at
Yes,
this point, you're not. So,
I've been hurt too much with in different situations,
mm-hmm,
and all of my hurt has been coming stemming from men.
mm,
And it's like from father to relationships over and over again, and it's like nothing will change. And it's like after a while, you get turned off by them. At least for me, I've gotten turned off by men. I don't know if my girlfriend's touching me the proper way or
Wow, you come through. This is the right touch love. Yes, right here.
oh my
but
God, you are killing me. So
You
okay,
just have to be good.
so that means, Judith, then you're not bisexual anymore. You're a lesbian.
yes.
But the title practice, sorry to interrupt, the title can still stay because it's what you're with in the moment.
Okay.
So bisexual can be with a female 10, 20, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
10 years later, there's this one time feeling for a male or a trans person. So you can keep the title if you want. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to keep it, then you can change it.
Okay, and well, thanks for that, Kevin. So that was going to be my answer. So if you see a guy, do your head turn same way or just woman? Because
No, if I
I've seen
see
some
an
beautiful
attractive
women.
man, I'll think
Yeah.
he's attractive,
Uh-huh.
but it depends on how far you take it,
Okay.
right? I'll see
Okay.
him and I'll look at him and I even show my girlfriend I think find that person attractive, right?
So
I show my girlfriend big butty girl too. Look
why
find that.
not? Because there's okay. So I consider myself heterosexual, right?
Okay.
But I can say that if I see a beautiful woman, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, as women, we are supposed. I think it's right for us to be attracted to other women,
Mm-hmm.
right? It doesn't mean we're going to take it to the next step, right?
True.
You know what? Tay seems like she all right now. Let me just run over to Tay for 2 seconds. Tay, are we good?
Yeah, I'm
Hello.
good over
We're
here.
good. Tay, before we lose you again, talk to me. You're Jamaica. You live
Um,
in Jamaica still,
yeah,
and
yeah. I'm still living
as
in Jamaica.
and you identify
I
as your sexuality.
funny
Sorry,
enough,
Kevin.
funny enough,
Hmm.
I don't use labels. It's tricky,
Okay.
but I don't use labels. But
Okay.
I do identify as a stud.
As a
I
stud.
dress the part. Yeah, I dress the part. I look the part. I talk the part. Everything about me is
Okay.
masculine.
So for those who's
So,
on here who don't understand what the term stud mean, break it down for me, please.
so it's basically a female who dresses like a boy or a male, and who enjoys doing what most males does,
Okay, that means
or
you're
assist
attracted to women.
with. Yeah,
So you're right. So
that's
you're
that's
attracted to
assist.
women. Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you realize that again, this is who you are?
Honestly, it was a very early age, but I didn't know the term to put towards it.
Mm-hmm.
They just call me, oh, she act like a tomboy. They usually call me what's the word? Man royal. Sometimes
Manraya.
it's
Okay.
yeah. Um, but I could say about age 10, even earlier. Because I mean,
Really?
growing up small, I grew up with my parents, but I've always have male cousins around me. I don't really stay with female cousins. It's since my mother and I moved when I was in what, grade three, we
Mm-hmm.
moved to our not grade three, grade five actually. Moved to our homeland where my grandmother lived, and that's when I actually started interacting with my female cousins. But I
Mm-hmm.
am always attracted to females. and I just couldn't put the feeling or the name to it. So I just
Mm-hmm.
roll with the tomboy thing. And growing up, you are more exposed to certain things. Your knowledge have developed. You learn every single day. I learn something new. So yeah, it was pretty early, and
It's a
as
journey, right?
it is, and as everybody else on this platform says, I come from a Christian background. My parents still, not parents, my mother,
So we have
side
some
of
back
family,
them.
grandmother, sister, auntie, uncle, all in the church. I even got baptized,
You got
but we know how that goes.
so I wonder if there was something in the water.
Gotta be yourself. Let's see some.
Yeah. So I mean, and as I said, people around me, they never really like what's the word? They never really like come out and say it, oh, that they think I am that. They normally like
Hmm.
hush hush with it. But since
Okay.
about last
Hmm.
year is actually when I came out publicly,
Okay.
and it has
And how did your
been
mom?
a
How
journey.
was your? How did your mom take that? Or she knew?
Uh, According to her, she said that she knew, but because of the Christian background and all that, she's not so much comfortable with it. But at the end of the day, she tells me that she still loves me and I'm still her daughter, but the
Oh, I
action
love that.
sometimes
I love
doesn't
that.
match up with what she said. Because currently we hardly speak, honestly.
You hardly speak.
Yeah. I mostly speak to my dad, which he doesn't have a problem. He said once I'm happy, then that's all that matters. Because for the most part of my childhood, I've been ill and it's just pure hospital. No
Oh,
friends, nobody around, in and out of school, and still ended up doing great. I'm currently
yeah,
working,
look at
so
you.
I still
Look at
have it,
you.
and yeah,
So these
I've
are
come a
lessons
long
that
way.
we want. I'm glad that you came a long way, so you can hear now talking about your journey and your story. Because without journeys and stories, who's going to be telling these things? Kevin,
Exactly.
Patricia said, Kevin, you my friend, long time. I always big supporter of you. I am happy now that you're living your truth. Hopefully, by telling your story, it will inspire others to live their truth as well. Who
Mm.
vex lost
Rightly so.
lose? I don't know. Okay, so there
Them
you
love.
go. So,
Mm.
Daniel, it sounds like you and your parents and everybody else is okay with your lifestyle, but
To be
n-
honest, I wouldn't say okay.
no, okay.
It wasn't an okay situation because I don't have the best of relationship with my dad up to this
Okay.
point. Because I was growing in a household where I was an outside child. So a quick scenario. My dad, he had his woman. He went outside to work. Met my mom. Got her pregnant at an early age. She had to go back to school and all that. So pretty much, she gave me to my dad at 8 months old.
Hmm.
My dad had to take me back home to the house that he has his woman with other kids.
Wow.
When he got there, my mom said, "Oh no, I don't want to outside my home." So that's where my grandma she took up the mantle of training me as a person. That's where I got in contact with my adopted mom.
Hmm.
Um, she and my grandmother have been nurturing me in a sense, whereby instill the right things and to teach me the right way to go about things. So yeah, those are the two major staples. It's just since recently, like about maybe I would say like maybe 2 months ago, I got to really meet my mother, my biological mother.
Hmm.
Uh, we're still in the process of getting that connection built because, over 24, 25 years of not knowing that person, it's
Hmm.
pretty much, it's a hard pill to swallow, but
Hmm.
we're trying to build on that because I don't judge their situation to explain their person. I understand that. So
Hmm.
I am willing to work along with that. But yes, so I think my stepmom was okay with me, my grandma was okay with me, but my siblings by my dad's side and my father, he was not accepting it up until this point. So pretty much coming out or being myself was really much of a hard thing to do. So I had to leave home at a very early age. Like at the moment I finished high school, I had to leave that kind of environment. So
Mm.
to be on my own, spending on my own, it was really hard in the initial state, but the push I had, that's what I had to do, and success speaks for itself. Here I am.
And there you are. So do you guys, Alajane and Daniel, do you guys, it's in Netherlands, right? Do you know each
Yeah,
other?
Yeah, I
yes.
know Daniel, a close friend of mine.
I
Yes,
met
Daniel.
Daniel.
I'm just making sure.
I
Oh my gosh. Kevin.
Yes, ma'am.
uh, you know, this conversation is, as Carol mentioned earlier on, is such, it opens our mind in our community because we know how we're all Jamaicans, obviously, and we know how Jamaica can be when it comes to homosexuality and the journeys and the finger pointing and all of that that can happen to heterosexual, much less persons that's living in a lifestyle that deem to them not the right way, right? And this is where I guess it starts from the church and what was taught to them, right? It's supposed to be man and woman. Or if you're born a girl, you're born a girl. If you're a male, you're a male, right? So a panel like this, and this is the reason why I love what I do because I'm so open minded and curious about other people's lifestyle. For me, love is love. It doesn't matter what the shade of the skin, what you choose to do with yourself. So I know Kevin, you have an organization here, right here in Canada, that you help people that's going through the whole transition or even think that they want to go through this transition, the initiative. So do you want to tell me a little bit about, tell the panel, everyone, a little bit about what is it that you do, particularly that part of the business that you're doing?
Yeah. So, Kevin Help a Trans Initiative is an organization geared at helping just about anyone who needs help, like for counseling, relationship advice, like basic counseling, relationship advice, transitional counseling, whether it's MTF or FTM, whether it's cultural transitioning too. Persons leave their country and they come to Canada or to a different country to have a better life. Not everyone can deal with the transition, the changes. So I do have motivational talks and sessions with persons like that. If a person is HIV positive and they need someone to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, I'm the one. If you're going to make your HIV status known to your partner or your family member, you can give me an incentive, I'll go with you. If it's virtually, I'll be there for you. A lot of persons don't understand how important it is when you have a strong support system. And a lot of persons in my community, the LGBTQ, also the marginalized community, indigenous community, just about any community that are marginalized, they don't really have a strong support system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I can have this initiative to help people like those who need the services. And like I said, the services range from one thing to the next. It doesn't have to be LGBTQ oriented. It doesn't have to be HIV oriented. It can be transitioning. It can be just a person who basically wants to come out to their family. Or I speak to families too. I have podcasts and Zoom meetings with families who want to understand their children for who they are and
Mm-hmm.
not who the family thought or want them to be. So sessions
Mm-hmm.
will help them like, how do you treat this person? First, you have to start by having a talk with the person and find out what the person wants. What kind of help your say my daughter comes out as gay or as
Mm-hmm.
bisexual or as pansexual, whatever it is. I have to sit and talk to this child to say, okay, you're not who I want you to be. This is who you are. Let me learn you. I want to learn you all over again. I can fall
Mm-hmm.
in love with my child all over again. So you don't want to use these pronouns? Okay, what pronouns do you prefer? And start there.
From.
Don't keep assuming and telling them it's not my belief. I don't believe it is right, but I support
Mm-hmm.
it. Don't start the conversation like that. It's my belief that your head is too big, but I still talk to you. Like, am I gonna change the size of your head? No. Am I gonna tell you that at the beginning
Sorry.
of the conversation?
Ke-
Period. No.
Kevin,
I'm
can
not
you
gonna.
Kevin, can you ever have a serious conversation? Like seriously, you're getting
But
intimate and
Lana, I have
you're bringing
few
the big head part.
examples.
Stop it.
But look here, some of us parents are not the best looking. Do we look at
You
them
know,
every day and remind them how ugly they are? No. We love you for who you are. So love us for who we are.
Kevin, you know Jamaicans have a way with words and verbiage. We all know that. We
Yes,
know
bro.
that. So listen, I don't know if you're going to answer this question, but somebody put up a question for you. Kevin, you have another baby on the way with your partner. Now, did you use a donor clinic?
The
Have you?
baby is already born. She's 9 months old, if that's the same one you speak of. My daughter is 9 months old on the 27th of September. We did use a sperm donor, a legitimate one. We paid for it and did all the paperwork, have it notarized and everything, yes. And I was the one who got her pregnant. You can check that out on my YouTube channel, Journey with Kevin.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for being so open. Alajane and Daniel, is there a community, an LGBT community in the Netherlands that you guys are a part of as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Community. You wanna go ahead again?
Yeah, I'm a part of COC. That's a community here in the Netherlands that
Hmm.
helps LGBT people.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm a part of that.
Okay, so you guys have gay parade and all of that, or is it more for counseling? Okay, because in Canada, I'm sure Kevin tell you, like we have, because of COVID is not happening, but we have like a whole month of celebration for the whole Pride, and and the last of it, is partying, and I'm telling nobody party like the LGBT community, 'cause it never missed me. It never does.
Actually, I would definitely say that here, because they refer to Amsterdam as the Sin City, so the
Hmm.
city where anything happens. That's
Oh,
pretty much.
that's what it's referred as, Sin City.
Yes, the Sin
Oh,
City.
okay, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna research.
What a name. The name Bugsy.
Netherlands is
Uh,
known for, known for as the drugs, for just you build yourself pretty much.
really?
I'm also a part of COC, and also my spouse, he has an LGBTQ organization called Pink Light.
Hmm.
It's there that migrants like myself who are new to a country like the Netherlands, where language is a barrier and adjusting and all of that. So what they do as an organization is to present an avenue for immigrants who are new in the country, who is going to go through a procedure, through
Hmm.
the process, walk you through the do's and the don'ts. From time to time, they have, welfare stuff being done. Also, every year they usually have a big barbecue where Caribbean people of all over gather, just to be socialized, Jamaican, Trinidadian, Surinamese, all the different Caribbean people gathered here in the Netherlands here, where they meet at a barbecue, and yeah, it's just such a vibe, and people just do what they have to do. So yeah, so we're currently a part of that, COC. I think the LGBTQ what I say, the population here in the Netherlands is quite large, and the support system is really good as well here. I would think so. Yeah, I think it's a safe country to be.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Listen, have you ever gotten because we know how Jamaica is, and before I met Kevin, when Kevin and I just started, I went out and I did my homework on the um whole Jamaican street, the LGBT community in Jamaica. I dig deep, and I saw home but some stigmas and about the gully boy, the gully people, and all of that. I mean, when you go back, if you ever gone back to Jamaica, have you ever visited that area or talked to anybody, or do you know anybody that lived like that or anything that happened to them?
I know people. I've known quite a few people. Countless time people reach out to me because um, being in the Netherlands, a lot of time people reach out to you like they want to know how did you get here, and you can advise them on how to get here, which some people tend to shun away from and don't want to answer to, which I don't, because I believe that everybody's in a situation and you don't know what somebody else is going through. So if you can just give a little advice to help them, it
Mm-hmm.
makes it makes a world of a difference. So I've
Mm-hmm.
had connections with just about any and everybody. I've spoken to the so-called gully queens, the
Mm-hmm.
ratchet queen, everybody. I try to interact with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to tell people somebody might not portray the character you want to see in them, but it's all about you meeting them halfway. Come down to
Mm-hmm.
their level so you understand them. So I try to find them at that point where I can understand them. So yeah, I've had connection with them, and me personally, I think there's so much possibility for them as an individual, seeing outside of them being gays or trans or whatever. There's just so much outside of that. But it's just for
Mhm.
you to just have a connection with them so you can understand them. Really. It's all about
Mhm.
understanding them.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but you know what? We're not come down to nobody level. They need to come up to us to understand where we are and what our journey
Exactly.
is. You know what I mean? Because we're all on the same level, and we're not going to see the same thing the same way.
Yeah,
It's just that we have to show them or teach them. You know, because we do have old school people who just assume
yeah.
because what it's what they were taught. So we have to unlearn so
Mm,
many things in society to realize we're all human, no matter what it is and what we're doing. You
yeah,
know, and sometimes, as you know, as Elajane and Kevin and Taya, as young, and you too, as young as you guys were, you knew you guys were different.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Your body tells you what's going on with you, and a lot of people fight against it. That's why there's so much mental illness because they're resistant. You know, they're not
mm,
open enough to understand this is what's going on because you were told don't. You know, man
mm,
and woman. You know,
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people still talk about Adam and Eve, not realize it's Adam and Eve is not a true characters. It's just an allegory of what's going on. It's
Exactly.
just, you know what I mean, and it's so people still believe in all of that. You
Of
know,
course.
and them still, and they're not, and they don't want to unlearn certain things. I'm sorry, I'm so passionate about so many things.
No,
So
but
I'm
it
gonna
is
digress.
true.
I'm
But
gonna digress a little bit.
even recently, I had a workshop with a group of college students, and what I was saying to them, they're saying people are homophobic because of the traditional norms. So I use my example because you know me, I go use my example. Heterosexual cultural norms back from days that the men were supposed to work and the women stay home and nurse baby and have baby and raise kids and wash, cook, and clean. That was the
Hmm.
societal norm 20 centuries back. But
Hmm.
now a lot of female are working, a lot of sub
Hmm.
partner, a lot of women, a lot of trans women, they are working.
Hmm.
So if we can walk away from that societal norm
Why we
and give the
can't?
women their free play in the workforce, why can't homosexuals or LGBTQ people live
Hmm.
and be free? Aren't we human beings just
Hey,
the same?
listen, I want to stay home and work too. I want to stay home. I want to be a housewife. It not happen.
It
It's
can
not
happen, you know, if you find the right man.
happening.
If you find the right man, it can happen, you
I'm
know.
gonna go, I have to go
Or
find him.
maybe the right person, the right trans, the right lesbian lover, who
But
knows?
you know
Anyway,
what? You know what, Kevin? If I was a housewife, probably I wouldn't be doing what I love. I'm meeting all these amazing people. So
that's
everything
true.
work out the way, right?
Each his
Del,
brother.
right? Deltavia said, and some Jamaicans are undercover closeted people. Oh gosh,
Oh
yes.
yes, not Jamaican
Jamaicans
alone, even here in Canada.
everywhere. Because I've
everywhere.
heard people, yeah, people are talking about, you know, that their lovers are married. You know, this is where you have we call them side chick man, side chick. You know, you guys know what me I talk about.
Yeah,
Mm,
Carol
that's
said, true. No one is listening to their body, and when they do, people call it a mental disorder. That is so true.
which is not good. That's
No,
stigma, you know. They're stigmatizing people.
but that's the thing, though. You know, when people hold on to stuff, Kevin, and don't regurgitate their true feeling or talk exactly what's going on, they're scared of being judged. You know what I mean? So when somebody's scared of being judged and not really letting go and being authentic, what's going to happen? They're going to have mental disorder.
Mental breakdown,
Yes, and then their body is going to start having so many different diseases.
all
You
kind of
know?
ache and pain, and they have to
Yeah.
constantly complain.
Patricia, much love, family, to you and the entire squad.
Patricia sending love. Daniel,
Danielle,
your
mm.
social media handles, are you still with Pink Fleck?
Yes, I'm hoping so, yes.
If you
what,
want to
what,
put it out there, remember
yo,
to do it. And Tay has a YouTube channel too. Sorry, Dana.
okay, so no, that's fine. So in the meantime, Daniel, what is it? So I can put it at the bottom.
Yeah, so it's we're normally heard on the Mixlr app. So it's Pink Flex, that's PINK, that's Flex with three X's. So Pink Flex
Kevin,
radio.
sorry, Kevin, just message me in WhatsApp. You know it, and put it in there, and I'll just drop it in here.
Yeah.
I'll
So it's
probably have
Pink
to do it
Flex.
on Facebook. My WhatsApp phone is on the live,
Oh, okay, whichever. Just put it up there, and then I'll grab it.
Yeah.
and I'll send you
So yeah,
things as well.
Yeah, and then we'll put it on there. And you know what? Even if not at the end of the program, anyways, we'll be putting out your social media and the reason why I said it, Daniel, like I know there is a feedback. I don't know where it's
Yeah.
coming from, but I can hardly hear you, Daniel.
Yeah,
Can you
I'm not
speak?
sure. Maybe
Maybe the
it's the
headphones?
earphone. Let me
Probably.
try to hold on a sec.
Speak now, Daniel.
Any
Let me
better?
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you better now. So it was the headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, it was it.
Tay. Is she there, Tay?
Yeah,
She's,
I'm here.
frozen. So Tay, are you in a relationship now?
I'm here.
I can't hear you. Am I the only one that's not hearing her?
Yes,
Hey.
she's in a relationship.
Oh, she is?
Kevin just out everybody.
You guys
So
not hearing me?
Now, out everybody. Now, we take care of a friend them.
Kevin enough already. That's what we love.
Now, we take care of a friend them. Pick up yourself, D. She's on the line, so.
Oh,
She's on the line with the comments.
she is.
the
So
one
which one is her girlfriend? What's her name? Deltavia?
Deltavia.
That's your girl?
Yeah, that handle, that's all she's using right now. Yeah.
God,
It's actually
my girl.
our page together.
Yeah, she is. Oh, there she is.
Why is she roll out?
Okay.
We should, Kevin, you have her stuff. Maybe you could send her an invite and bring her up on the screen if she wants.
If you want to come on the live, let me know.
She has the link. She
These
has the link.
persons on the live, if they want to big up their other
Yeah, man.
significant
Big up
Gonna
your
come in, go ahead.
significant other. Man.
We're free flowing.
Fun and to to have. I want to see
Everybody
this.
in my first lady area, so
No, actually, I've never met her. Oh, she's at work. Too bad, D. Too bad. I'd love for you to come and be a part of this discussion.
Chevanese, so you're coming with a bang?
So, Kevin, where's your honey? Because I've never met her either. I've met you. It's not funny, Kevin. You and I become friends, and we haven't even met each other. And you're just in Scarborough.
Yeah, COVID thing stop, man. Don't worry. Remember, we're gonna do an interview with the entire family, so you'll meet my wife. You're saving her for then.
Definitely. So, Janae, what about you? Are you taken?
Single.
Mm-mm?
I'm single.
You're single? Anybody that's
Yeah.
on here and in Netherlands, Janae is single. Daniel, what about you? Well,
Shout out the ring with the boyfriend give you. Oh,
Yeah, so currently engaged.
make up my friend along.
so where's your partner? Is he close by?
Well, he's actually just in from work, so bit of a long day, so sleeping.
We should I go wet him up and tell him to come join us?
You want me to?
Yes, bring him on.
Send
Hold
him
on,
to
guys.
come out
Step
here.
away for a second and let's talk to him.
All the
I'm
same.
feeling myself.
Okay. Judith, what for your
Yeah.
girlfriend then?
at work.
I was
You people on work, man. They no work, and they must stay home like Kevin. Work at night.
I'm going to work 11:30 p.m.
That's what I
until
said. I'm working.
7:30
That's what I said. That works at night. Let's
Most
see.
of the night when everybody's asleep, I'd rather
Let's
be at
see.
work.
Let's see what Dee's saying. Hold on for a second. Oh, Natasha's laughing. D. I should have been with Tay. However, I got the times mixed up and I'm not finished working as yet. That's too bad, D. Next time for sure, because we're going to do this again. And Tay, where in Jamaica are you?
Kingston.
Hi. Don't
Hello.
move there. Tay, I'm coming in Jamaica in September, so I'll come look you up. I'm going to get your contact information. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, a bit
Look,
tired.
man,
How are you
come up with
guys?
this one.
I'm great. So you're Jamaican too?
Yeah, I'm Jamaican, of
How the
course.
Jamaican find each other? Like seriously, in
Because
Netherlands,
we will
we're
find
full of
each
white
other, man.
people.
Don't worry. We're all both, you know, like.
That's what I'm saying. Like we sniff each other out. Like we're just going around sniffing each other. And we just find them. It's like it's alive.
Each other out.
Who's that? Is there a big
You
Jamaican
guys okay?
community? No, we are. Which I just wanted to meet you, and I know he said you just came in from work and you were tired. But I told him to wet you up, but he was so nice. He said, "No, I'm not gonna wet him up. I'm just gonna call him." And there you are.
Mr. Shining Star.
Uh-huh.
Look at his smile, Daniel. Like you put a smile upon his face, you know.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. You can go
It
back
was
to
a
bed if
pleasure
you just
meeting you guys. I see
wanted to
some
talk.
familiar faces. Hey, Kevin,
How are
Aladine.
you, boo?
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
good. I'm good. I'm
And
good.
Tan Judith.
Bye, guys.
bye.
Okay.
Right, true.
Oh my God, Carlos, Kevin is funny. I wish all
You
you
too,
guys
bro. Bye.
wonderful life with your family. Anytime you meet Kevin, Donna, I need an invite. So set that up, Kevin. Whenever you and I are gonna meet, bring Carlos.
Oh,
Yep.
yes, definitely. Can be arranged.
This
Not
is
a problem. My wife's mom is on the live. I just want to shout her out, Patricia Murray. Thank you for
Patricia.
accepting me in the family.
She,
And good
oh,
evening to you on the
Patricia.
team. All the way in Barbados. She's tuning in from Barbados. Big up yourself.
Go on,
Kevin,
Patricia. Hi from
you do
Canada.
big up
I've been
myself.
to Barbados
Yeah.
once.
Hmm.
Okay, so Patricia. So that's the question. So Patricia, which is your wife's mom, she's okay with her daughter.
Oh, yes. The entire family accepts me. They're cool. The mom,
Yeah.
the grandparents, the ones I've met, everybody. When they call, they check in with me. They don't just call and speak to my wife alone. They speak to me too. My
Okay, so
family on the other end, they hardly call. So,
it's
Nice.
okay.
exactly.
If the blood doesn't mean family, right?
But it's like they wouldn't say you lose one and you gain one. I gain more than
Yeah,
one. I lose a few,
yeah.
I gain many more. So
So let me ask you a question, Kevin. So was your wife? Where is she? I would love to speak to her. Was she always? Is she? What would be ident for her? What's her sexuality?
my
Was
wife,
she, yeah.
she's a Kevin sexual.
Oh Lord, I can't stand you.
Kevin, come argue with me. She's a Kevin sexual. Okay, so
Okay.
she was bisexual when we just started dating. She was bisexual. But now I think she's between queer and pansexual.
Okay.
Anywhere between there. Queer is a label that you use if you don't want to identify with any of the other labels. So queer is just a big
Ah,
term. Like you'd say I'm gay, but gay is more for the men. So queer is for everybody. A man can be queer, a trans person can be queer, a lesbian can be queer, anybody can be queer. So she's
okay.
between queer and pansexual. Pansexual is because she's not in love with a body or a gender. She's in love with person. She knew me before I medically transitioned. She knew me
Hmm.
when I was just living the life of a stud prior to coming out as a trans man, prior to doing any surgeries or starting the testosterone. So she transitioned with me, supported me right through and through.
That's
That's one of the
amazing.
reason why we're getting married. So yeah, she
That's
good
why
like
she's
that.
not giving. All right, no, I get it.
Mhm.
Elijah, are you taking any testosterone? Are you taking any not testosterone? Testosterone would be the female version to testosterone. Are you taking anything, Elijah? Can
Nay, no, no.
Are you speaking
Not
Dutch
yet.
today?
She hasn't started yet.
oh she hasn't.
I haven't
Oh,
started as yet.
It
okay.
would
So
be
you don't
the histogen. Histogen, that's the pronunciation. That would be the one. Yeah,
estrogen. Okay, so it's the same thing. Then I wasn't sure, so that's why I wasn't sure what to say.
yeah,
So
that
are
would
you?
be the one.
Are you? But I'm speaking to you, Alajane, and you're just so feminine, and you're not taking anything.
Natural looks, baby.
You know,
Yeah.
even
She was made for this.
even the voice. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, you know what? I thought you were taking something because I'm looking at you. You have
Yeah.
a feminine softness about your face, and
Thank you.
and yeah, and you know what I mean. So I thought you were on estrogen or something, but you're not.
No, not as yet.
So
It's
when
all
you was
natural
having
beauty.
surgery, hmm?
She has
Kevin,
all the natural beauty.
Kevin, I'm going to beat you. Can I speak to this? So I think you mentioned earlier that you're planning on doing the surgery, correct?
Yes.
So how long before the surgery would you require to start taking estrogen?
You have to take it before the surgery.
Just like long before, or just during the process? Like,
They told me that you have to be on it for 2 years.
Yes.
oh, 2 years. Okay. So I guess you're not ready, not quite ready to do the surgery yet, then, if that's
No,
the case.
no.
Okay. Are you still thinking about doing it, or are you okay just how you are right now?
I'm mentally there,
You're
so
mentally
I'm ready to start
there. Okay.
taking the hormones.
Okay. Okay. All right. There comes Tay again. Tay just keep going back and forth. Judith, talk
Yes.
to me, sweetheart.
What's up?
So, heterosexual women always think lesbian women or bisexual women every want them, like they're attracted to. The minute we hear, not me, hear that you're lesbian or bisexual, oh, I think
But
she
you
wants
look kind
me.
of good, still in
Are
love
you
with me.
are you attracted to every woman that has a vagina?
No.
Anybody that's on here that's listening, if you're straight, bisexual, and lesbian women are not attracted to every woman on a vagina. Don't think they all want you.
No,
Okay,
it's not about the looks either. It's not about the looks either. You can be gorgeous as it is on the outside, but how are you mentally? How can I relate to you? Can I
yes.
can I can I sit down and have a conversation with you? Can you motivate me? Can I do the same to you? What can I give you that I can't give myself, or in vice versa? Right? I can talk to you, and I'm more attracted to you by just speaking to you than just looking at you.
I just love what you just said, and it's so funny, and not only for the bisexual, but human attraction. Period. People have to start eliminating what face about the face and say, "Oh, him look good," or "She looks good." That's why I'm attracted to them. It's about the character of a person. Is what you're saying, Judith.
Yes.
Kevin, you're killing my sister. Kevin's sexual. She said, "Don't kill her." I heard her laughing, but no, I realized that's why she's laughing.
Exactly. Chevani says she's whatever Jay wants her to be. So yeah, she's a Kevin sexual. Yeah, leave me alone, please.
Oh my god. Carol, listen, I never heard about stud. Can someone enlighten me on this label? I think we spoke about this. I don't know how long ago she wrote that, but can you? Oh no, I guess she was on there. Tay, could you just elaborate a little bit again on what a stud is for those who
Sure.
missed it?
So, for me, a study is a female who dresses like a male or like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly enjoy what male stuff. So yeah, basically, and they're not attractive to males.
Okay,
So let me put
so
that in there.
I'm glad the disclaimer: they're not attracted to male. So
Yeah,
you're a female stud that's attracted to woman, but
yeah,
plays the part of like a masculine energy type of thing, right?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
basically
So
yes. Yeah.
as a stud, would you do
But
surgery too, or
there's
no? Are you just okay with the
also
way you are?
I'm
Hello.
okay with what I was born with for now. For now, no surgery for now.
For
But
now.
if I do consider it, I do consider it. But probably just top surgery.
So,
I have really been thinking about it. But as I say, mostly, preferably top surgery.
okay, you see what Dee
Yes,
wrote?
D, I'm only attracted to you.
Of course, right through the come out,
Dee,
also will add
Dee,
Danny.
Dee. Oh,
Then
that's
I'm
Attracted
her.
gonna
to
add
you.
something to the third definition.
Uh,
The person is asking a stud there's another definition for stud, butch. Again, the male version of the
Yeah,
female or the
butch.
dominant person in the relationship.
so the butch.
So a stud can also be bisexual if the person chooses, because the stud is
To
like
be.
the label, the butch is like the label. So
Ah,
that person can also, that's the identity, the label identity. So that person can be bisexual if the person wants to be. Education in the LGBTQ has taken us there. 2021 education, a trans man can be bisexual too. A trans man can be heterosexual or gay. So
okay.
the label is like your identity, how you identify. So there
Oh,
are persons out there who feel like a stud should not date a man, or a lesbian shouldn't, not a lesbian, a stud or a butch shouldn't date. Because the lesbian is your sexuality, heterosexual is your sexuality, bisexual is your sexuality. You understand? Pansexual, your sexuality. It's not your identity. Your identity is like how you identify. So me
we
just put that way. So
identify as.
Tay is not attracted to men because Ted is a lesbian. So Tay's sexuality is a lesbian. But another stud can be bisexual, heterosexual, or lesbian if she feels.
Kevin, thank you for that.
You're
I'm
welcome.
glad you interjected this
Thank
time.
you.
'Cause like I tell people, it's to each his own.
His
You
own.
understand? Daniel is a gay man because Daniel like men, right? True.
Hmm.
Whether you're a trans man or a cisgender man, whatever. But Daniel is
Right,
with a
man.
cisgender man right now, so that's Daniel's identity and sexuality. So to each his own. Because I don't have a problem dating a trans woman if I should in the future, because I'm
Mm.
attracted to femininity.
Um,
Even if the trans woman has not done medical or medical surgeries or transitioning, it would
still,
still be
it
okay.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Chevronese is saying my trans man is straight. What does I don't understand that? Do you understand what she means?
Yeah, because I said a trans man can be straight. Chevanese is a cisgender woman, and her partner is a trans man, FTM like myself, a female at birth who
Ah,
transition. So now he identifies as being heterosexual because he is a man and he's
got you.
been a cisgender
And it's
woman.
been okay. I see what
Yeah,
you mean. Okay, thank you for that, Kevin.
no
I thought I
problem.
knew some from the last conversation, but this is just the icing on the cake. Like I have so much more to learn.
There's so much to learn. There's always more to learn. Education, there's no limit to education.
No, never,
First
never
it was
that.
just basic school, then high school, then college. Now then you have university and doctorate and
So
fatherate and just who have motherate too.
forth and so forth. Oh my God, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up and I want to thank each and every one of you. Daniel, you have such a calming and beautiful spirit. I'm going to call out on everybody because that's who I am and I am going to do it. Your smile is just just crazy. Like I look at you and I see your body language and you smile. You just look like this innocent little baby. Like I want to just come and hug you. Like seriously. Alajane, thank you so much for coming. You're so calm, and I'm telling you, exude more femininity than a lot of women that I know.
Thank
Like
you.
seriously, your look, your poise, the way you speak, it's just yes. Tay, me and you are gonna hang out when we come to Jamaica in September. I have to find you and D. Come on, the think push more no flies. I can't fight. We are going to be staying in Kingston, and I will get your information from Kevin or find me. Go on Facebook and find me and follow me, and then I'll connect with you. Judith, you're in
Yeah.
Toronto, so
Yeah.
me and you are gonna hang out. You're too rude.
Definitely. A Kevin Falls.
And Kevin Falls. Get blame him.
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Good. Kevin, again, thank you so much for arranging this. These awesome guests.
Yep.
I so
Up to
appreciate
pride.
it. And yeah, and we had to do this, to end the Pride Month with a bang.
Yeah. We have
You
to
know,
inside that
and
one.
look into everybody's lifestyle, and you did it amazing by getting each person from the different lifestyle group to explain what it is.
Yeah.
So for those who are on here that is new to all of this, can learn some lessons. So thank you so much, everyone. And Kevin, you can get in my contact information. Don't feel no ways to reach out.
Yeah,
I am a wellness coach, a sensuality coach, and we can talk. We can shoot the breeze. Carol said, and Carol is my sister. I just love her to death. She says,
Oh,
love my people. Yes, we do. We love our people. We're Jamaicans, but the way we were brought up is our parents always teach us love is love, no matter who you are and where you're coming from. Love is love. And that's my final thought. So I'm going to thank each and every one of you, and don't be
You're
strangers.
welcome.
And again, Tay, September, Judith, you and I need to talk. Kevin, May, we talk. We can't wait for me to. Daniel,
yeah, it's
congratulations.
today, Netherlands.
Go kiss up your husband for me because he's so sweet as well. So everyone, good
Thank
night.
you.
Okay,
Good night.
bye.
My birthday
Bye,
is
guys.
the 4th of
Bye.
July, guys. Bye.
Don't move, guys. Hold on.